Just in case you haven't heard, there are balloons popping up all over the sky. Cody Stark is joined by a special guest who knows a thing or two about aerospace.
That's right. When this stuff started happening, I was like, man, I'd really like to talk to somebody that works with high altitude balloons. Do I know anybody? Oh, yes, I know John Powell. For goodness sakes, that's what you do.
That's kind of our thing. Last year we flew our 200th.
Really?
Yeah. And it's been 40 years of flying these things.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I've been amazed by this week.
Oh, I bet you have. I bet you have. And the first thing I thought of was like, what does John think of all this craziness that's going on? So when you saw all this on the news, what were you thinking?
Oh, I was thinking, China's wanting to compete in the big telecom balloon arena.
Ah.
And it's $1 trillion industry. Everyone's gearing up for it. Everyone's being really secretive about it. And one of them got away.
Uh-huh.
They don't want anybody to know that. And sure enough, it turns out that's what it was.
That's
Even
what
the
it
Pentagon is now saying it actually wasn't a spy balloon.
Yeah,
They're now reporting that the National Security Council is now saying all four were likely telecom or research balloons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All four. Okay.
That's not to say there aren't secret critical things.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's trying to compete for that $1 trillion industry.
Now, how many balloons like these are actually up in the air at any particular time?
At this moment, while we're standing here, anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 balloons are in the air.
I'm sorry, did you say there's 3,000 to 4,000 of these balloons in the air?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
So we're getting freaked out by this stuff. Don't get freaked out.
The skies are actually pretty full.
Okay, they're pretty full. You brought us some examples of what these balloons kind of look like. This one over here, this is like, you might be familiar with this.
Now,
with the
this one is
National Weather Service
kind
and
of
stuff?
a latex rubber balloon.
Okay.
It's not very big here, but this will stretch and get bigger than this whole building.
Wow.
And all of us inside
Incredible.
it. And this is a typical weather balloon.
Okay.
And about 2,000 are flown by the U.S. every day, twice a day. That's where we get a lot of our weather information.
Right.
And then all the other countries in the world are doing the same thing.
Right. So there's
that's a good
some of the
chunk of
balloons.
it.
And then what is this thing, this snake that you brought us here?
Now, a research balloon or a telecom balloon is going to use this type of balloon.
Okay.
And it's a polyethylene balloon, kind of like saran wrap.
Okay.
And this particular one's kind of a small one. It'll get to be about 70 feet in diameter.
Oh, a
so
small
again,
one.
bigger
That's
than this
small,
whole room when it's at altitude.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Now, when you talk about telecoms, what would they be doing? What are they looking at?
Oh, the idea is that they'll replace satellites.
Oh, okay.
And that $1 trillion industry will convert from a big satellite industry to telecom balloon industry. It's not arguing whether or not that'll really happen, but there's Airbus is into it, Boeing is into it, Lockheed's into it. Everyone's spending billions of dollars on it. So it is a big deal, and nobody wants to have theirs go astray or be seen by the other guy.
Yeah, right.
But even the Pentagon has announced that they actually aren't spy balloons.
So we've been spending about $800,000 on each missile to blow these things up, and they're
everyone kind of got very excited about it. And even from the pictures and from the altitudes they were operating at and where they're operating, well, these are telecom balloons, they're not spy balloons. But it was just amazing how everyone got pretty excited.
I got pretty excited. Now, you've been sending these balloons up for a while, long time. You've got this plan. Tell them your plan, because it's genius. It's genius.
Well, our plan is kind of this craziest idea for getting to space you could imagine. Instead of using a big rocket getting tons of the most volatile explosives known to man, you put 6 people on top and you light it on fire.
Right.
6 minutes later, you're in space. Well, what if you treated it like a steam engine? You floated all the way to the top of the atmosphere on an airship. And not just to 100,000 feet, but almost to 300,000 feet.
Okay.
And then use slow propulsion, electric propulsion, to slowly accelerate for days to get to orbital speed. And then it's more like getting on an airplane and flying slowly to New York instead of riding a rocket to New York. And it changes the nature of space travel. And when we set that up, we actually got that idea in the 70s and formed the company and started doing it. It looked like it was going to be a lifetime project. And now I'm kind of getting old, but we're actually just about there.
You're almost there?
We've still got a few years to go, but we made some quite a bit of progress, and we've flown our 200th mission.
Oh, it's amazing.
Wait, is that one right there we're looking at?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we're looking at some of his videos that he sent us over there.
Oh, yeah, that's up top. That's one of our vehicles from one of our other vehicles where we try to rendezvous at altitude. Wish we could have done some rendezvous missions with some of the spy balloons.
There you go. There you go.
Holy cow.
The last time you and I talked, you mentioned you might send a little Cody into space. You still interested in sending a little Cody into space?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes, yes. Let's do it, John. Thank you so much for explaining about this
Oh,
stuff.
you're very welcome.
And folks at home, don't be scared.
The sky is full of stuff, and it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Now, have you ever seen anything weird with your balloons up in space
I've
that you
seen
couldn't?
the strangest things up in the sky that we have made.
Okay, okay.
And it's like, if I didn't make it myself with my own hands, I would have sworn it was creatures from outer space.
Okay.
Really?
There you go. There you go. John, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Great,
I'm
sir.
telling you, if I ever get to go to space, it's going to be because of him. Him. All right, back to you, Court.
Cool. Thanks, Codes.